कृपया ध्यान दीजिए. The language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen, yaar, don't be so conservative. Hello, I'm Cyrus Brocha. If you haven't heard of me, you're in a good space right now, and I hope you stay there. I'm a big foodie, though, and being a foodie is hard when you're a pet lover. Because have you tried eating a beautiful piece of chicken in front of your dog? I mean, there's no way your dog would let you have it without giving you that look. You know that look? You know what that look is? The cute one where, won't you share your food with your best friend look? The one where they stare at you with literal puppy dog eyes, with drool dripping down the side of their mouth because they want that bite, and they are lonely and sad and hungry, even though you fed them every 50 minutes for the whole day. And damn it, they're going to get it. It's almost impossible to not cave into those big bulging eyes of your fur babies. That's right. I call them my fur babies. And my own babies, I call them her babies. So I do what any good pet parent would. I visit the one-stop shop for all my pet care needs. Heads Up for Tails to get the best food and treats for my little bachas. Just visit www.headsupfortails.com or visit the Heads Up for Tails store today. I'm going, Baba. Doggy wants it right now. I'm going. Yeah, I'm very excited and disappointed at the same time, which is generally true for most people after 20 years of marriage. Because you get up and you see it's the same person. By that, I mean my mom. But very happy because we have Saurabh Kanwar here, who's my colleague and friend from 30, 40. God, I don't want to think about how many years have passed. But back in the MTV early days, he's now a very successful entrepreneur with 10,000 businesses and should be rated by the ED in the next 15 to 20 minutes.
And when by ED you mean erectile?
No, that's me. That's me. That's only for me. You guys are the money issues. Mine is body issues. Speaking of body issues, Abbas, hi.
Hi. The other ED would stop you from getting
ED. Yeah,
rated,
both the EDs are.
if
The
you know
two
what I mean.
EDs come together in a
I
sense.
know,
Again,
yes.
probably a wrong use of the word. Yeah. I wonder which one is worse though. After some time, it'll be like, I mean, if you've had enough sex, it's okay. But take
Yeah.
away your money, what are you going to do?
Depending on what you've done, one of those is inevitable.
Yeah, you think? Dear Bollywood, some good news, some bad news. Pick your ED. Sort of welcome to this. Why should I say welcome? There's nothing to welcome you to. It's an experience that you probably would want to forget in any case. So, but I love the beard and the mustache and all this. You look like a VJ now, and I look like sales. What's going on?
You are always better at sales as well. So
Come on, don't say
Just
that. Call me by my full
leaning
name.
into
The second half of Parachute. Come on. Yeah. No, but we have to talk to him. He's doing really well. He's got 16 new businesses.
I know, but
Have you
we
done
have
your
to
research?
speak about one of them.
Which one?
The Spoke Fest that's happening
The
on the 19th and
Spoke
20th.
Fest.
Spoken.
Spoken Fest. Cyrus.
I leaned
Why?
on
You looked at me in such a way I
leaned
ate
on
up the
you.
end.
But you have this stuff in front of you. How can you do this? Between the both of us, we have half a brain. What about erectile problems?
Let's do it again. Spoken Fest
Yeah.
happening on the 19th and 20th.
The irony, it's called
November.
spoken and we couldn't get it. Yeah.
And it's happening at
Oh,
the
sorry, 19th of November.
19th and 20th.
19th and 20th.
Yeah.
So 19th I have something, 20th I have something.
And it's in
all
BKC,
day.
so
What about next year?
it's very close to South Bombay. You can come from BKC.
Very close to South Bombay or Thane. What the fuck?
BKC.
Very
Oh,
close to the
BKC.
studio we're sitting
BKC on
in.
a Saturday is not the worst.
And ample parking, yes.
I actually shot with the great Cyrus Says last Saturday in BKC.
Ooh.
It's a freebie for Nat Geo because he does a show there. And they called me at this is Saurabh will understand the story more than you, Abbas. Called me at 10 o'clock or something. 11 o'clock was the call time. I was there at 10:55 waiting inside the restaurant. The crew came at 11:35 and Saukar came at 11:50. And I just wanted to die. I don't like it's like deja vu going back to working in MTV again. You're there, nobody else. David Polycarp 1 hour later, the other actors at 3 hours later. When you don't see a camera and you don't see a crew, it's really scary.
Cyrus, can I mention I've bumped into Sahukar twice in the last 2 weeks.
Oh, shoot.
Once was in the elevator outside.
Is it because you both are late?
No, that's maybe. Once was in the elevator outside, and
This one?
This one. He didn't know that IVM Studios is on the third
Oh, then he's
floor.
come for the surgery.
Yes.
The plastic surgery.
I don't know what.
This
some
building
procedure.
where we work, you either work at IVM or there are two cosmetic specialists.
Uh-huh.
Mostly for women though, for enhancing breasts and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
but Sahukar is very pretty looking.
And he doesn't
so-
want a bench. So I
Yeah.
guess there's another
And the
option.
second time was I went for a screening of Garm Hava, the classic movie,
gas
and Cyrus was there with his wife. So
Wow.
he's upping his
game.
upping his game, his artsy game, and you're still.
So what
stuck
you're
here.
saying is wherever you go, that's where the hip quotient is. Okay, I'm
No,
understanding.
the
And let me
elevator
mention
was not.
the location, the elevator, and Saukar holding hands with his wife in some cinema.
Yeah.
Not
Not
with a movie called Garam Hawa, no less. Which could be my biography.
Very good movie, I should add.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm a big fan of hot air.
Of course. But coming back to Spoken Fest,
Spoken.
it's
No, no,
happening
no.
at the Geo Gardens. in BKC.
Geo Gardens.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what can one expect from Spoken
I mean, just
Fest?
to clarify, is it Geo Garden or Gardens? Because I'm told it's just one big garden.
It is one big garden,
Then
and
why is it
they
gardens?
call it gardens.
Just
So
a
we
Pun-
dropped the S
Punjabi
from the
touch.
address.
Oh, in the gardens. What's going on with the players? I don't know.
And you can expect, we should do the voiceover version. 75 plus artists, great experiences, and 2 days of soul partying. How was that?
If you,
One
said,
more take.
if you said asshole partying, it would have been more safe. We'll go with that. Yeah. Would you
So
like
I know-
he's
I know-
challenging you as the VO king of our
No,
IBM
that's
studio.
okay. Absolutely.
Bring back Ivan the Terrible. Let him know what power we have.
Garam Hawa, you don't know. You know Ivan the Terrible.
Ivan the Terrible is a historical figure.
Classically educated Bhava, what do you
That's
expect?
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
With prejudices against Indian culture. The damn government is going off the wrong minority. You have no idea how little respect we have.
But I know some of the speakers who are on the lineup. There's Veerdas, there's Sumuki Suresh, there's
Again, Veer Das is two
Zerwan
different
Bansha,
words,
who was
sir.
on the
It's
show.
not- It's not like Elvis. It's Veer
Huh?
and then Das.
I know. Yeah.
People get confused. They think
Yeah.
it's one name. That's not one name. It's Veer pause Das. Huh.
Veer
What's his
Das.
second name after that?
Sumuki Suresh,
Sumoki. Again,
yes.
2 names. Sumoki and then Suresh. So 5 names actually.
Zerwan Bansha, who was on the show.
Zerwan,
He's also
correct.
doing
Apro
yes,
Zerwan.
No,
Yeah.
yes.
So what are they doing there? They're shopping.
No, they are presenting spoken word pieces.
As in monologues.
Yeah, they'll do storytelling. So they don't usually
Like
come
Mary
into
had a little lamb and the doctor fainted.
something like that.
Oh God, okay.
And you wonder why you don't make it to the lineup of
Well-
these shows.
Well, I understand the sponsor has a certain dictat and says, the class is
There are
important.
certain levels,
Very-
yeah.
Exactly. It's okay. These things don't bother me after 25 years of rejection. You fool.
Also, he'll be on time and we'll be running late.
Can you
so-
imagine? And firstly, the gardens thing is, I can't focus after that. These small things get into my head and I don't know what to do. I'm just thinking, take that out. There's no S. I mean, there should be an S. Is there an S?
In the
There is
garden,
an S, unfortunately.
It is.
yeah.
There's an S. But it's one garden.
Correct.
Why can they go with, if they need the S, make it Geo's garden. That way it's perfectly correct. What do you think?
Correct.
I
Grammatically.
agree.
What would Ivan think?
I don't know. He's not here. We're here with us
Oh,
anymore.
don't. Now you want to be paid, is it? Ever since you met Saukar. he wants to be paid every time.
But we're looking at multiple stages.
There are 5 stages.
Oh, they'll talk at the same time. This will be like, what, Bhiwandi? Why go to Geo?
Yeah,
But
average.
this-
These
this-
are
Borivali-
local.
Borivali National Park, look at the same effect.
This is where it helps to have one giant garden.
But in
right?
Scotland,
Everybody-
but they do that. They do have stages on at the same time sometimes.
They do.
And the audio does slightly mess into the other one.
So we kind of figured that bit out. So there are smaller stages that from 2 o'clock onwards, they come on. Beautiful experiences, workshops, all of that.
Mhm.
And then at 5:30, everything shifts to the main stage where all the.
What is Zarwan
Big
doing?
guys.
Any idea?
I have not been told. I will find out there.
You seriously haven't been told because you hesitated.
I-
It's a protocol thing and you don't want to tell us. Okay, fine.
They'll kill me if I speak.
So you didn't know. You lied. You lied on our show. Nobody lies on this show. This show's we can just find out if
It's
you lie.
called cock and bull, but nobody lies. About it. That's true.
It's called Cock and Bull because I wanted to call it Asha Sachdev, but they said you can't take names. Yeah. What do you do? But so great. Spoken word. Why aren't you there? Enough of all these guys.
Next year, hopefully.
Oh, you
Yeah.
put your application in and were rejected because he's Muslim. You said no. Is that
No,
what
I
you said?
didn't.
Huh?
But they've got a Parsi in there, so I don't think there's.
We
any-
have Parsis,
Yeah.
we have all
Don't shit on the Parsis to get away, man. That's not
I'm
fair.
saying there's clearly
Hey,
no
it's
prejudice.
Roshan Abbas's
Yeah.
show, isn't it?
Huh?
Isn't
It's
he?
Roshan
Correct,
Abbas's show,
exactly.
yeah.
Roshan.
Yeah. That Buddhist guy. Just kidding, folks. Yeah.
Shit, I was about to say something now. I forgot my train of thought.
You were talking
We could
why-
have
why
Russians
you weren't
there.
performing.
Sorry?
We could have Russians there, so we've never had a Russian.
I'll,
So
put my Russian accent on.
thank you.
So Ivan, why aren't you performing? You've not. It's an awkward question now because Saurabh is sitting here.
Thanks.
so-
Yeah.
Yeah. After what
This
is
is supposed to be a fun session.
after what is Zarwan doing? I was trying to promote Zarwan so that you don't give.
Yeah, I mean, he must be
Veer
doing
and
some
who's
semi-
the second name?
Das.
Sumoki. Sumoki.
Sumuki Suresh.
Yeah.
Those aren't the only ones. There's a really
Who- name
75,
the others.
75 artists.
Give us a few more. Anybody who works here who comes
Now
on
that
the
you've
show.
asked,
Yeah.
it's my prerogative to tell you who,
Yeah.
who
Yeah,
all
so
are on the
stop,
lineup.
Stop surfing children in tight clothes.
I should have done this way before. Okay, I'll tell you the names which are on the poster.
Yeah.
Veer Das. This is 22. Spoken 22. That's
Correct.
the one. Yes.
He does his
Sid
research.
Sri Ram.
We're in safe hands.
Oh, When Chai Met Toast, which is a wonderful band, is also performing.
When
there.
Chai Met Toast.
Yeah, they won't be speaking. They'll be playing music.
Is this from the center? This one of the guys who
They're Malabari.
Malbari. Okay.
Ehsas
So are we in
Channa.
a sense.
Ehsas Channa,
You
Sumukhi Suresh.
Sorry.
Ehsas Channa, who's also an actress.
It's all food, is it? Somebody channa, somebody chai. What's going on?
Sumukhi Suresh, like I mentioned. Sushan Divgikar. Babil Khan, Mithila Palkar, also an actress. Alif, Anumita Nadesan, Shayan Roy, Karima Barry, and these are just the names. On
You're
the
talking to
poster.
me like this is like John Lennon, Paul McCartney, Elvis. I have no idea who they are.
In your
With due
50s.
respect to all, I know, but you know,
Sparsh knows
but you-
all of them.
Sparsh knows all of them because he's forced to buy tickets.
You
to
and
see
I
their
are the
shows.
same age
You
group.
also don't know, no?
I also don't.
And I'll tell you,
I'm gonna
little
find
secret, Roshan hasn't got a clue.
No, Roshan knows. He's two age groups at the same time. I don't.
He
I
only
will
knows
find out
those
over
guys
there.
who didn't take money. Those names he remembers. Yeah. Or the vice versa, maybe. I don't know.
There's also an audience open mic, Cyrus, in case you want to pop up and give it a shot.
Is it in the morning? Then why would you even ask me?
early.
Is it
early
before
afternoon.
noon?
Yes, it is.
2 o'clock I can pull, yeah. 2
There's
o'clock
also
I
a college slam. So we've got a bunch of college students coming in, all the emerging talent.
can. And which year do you think I'm in? TYBA?
Thereabouts.
It's so mean.
A lot of stuff, improv story, music jamming session. So take your pick.
And you've got a sponsor, obviously.
Several.
Wow. How do you guys do that? We can't get a sponsor for anything.
Uh,
We can't get a guy to park cars here.
Volvos usually, right? Did I do this right?
Good.
Thank you.
Well done. You stole Volvo from us, is it?
Saurabh has done his bits and pieces. Abbas Russian accent,
Yeah.
sponsor Volvo.
Yeah, that's all I know. Now I'm running out of shit.
yeah. But
So Spoken Fest tickets are out now. 19th
much do they
and
cost?
28th. Let me check. Not very
$8.99
expensive.
onwards.
Yes, $8.99
$8.99 to hear Veer Das say hello. What are you doing?
It's like $10 an artist. Just do the maths.
Veer
I
Das
said
is
maths
solo.
with an S.
Veer Das's solo shows go up to like 2,000 plus. So this is a fairly good deal.
But
Thank
if
you,
he
Abbas.
pays for one ticket, then who pays for the others?
Who?
So bad.
$8.99. Look, I don't know what tickets cost, but isn't that? Well, let me talk to Saurabh and Rishi because they make more sense here. Isn't $900? Sparsh. Junior Saurabh. You also give me entrepreneur.
I'll
one
take
day.
that as a compliment,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
you. You
yeah.
shouldn't.
Okay, sub junior Saurabh because you're only 22 and we are far away from that. Yeah. $8.99, $900. Okay.
For 2 days.
Do you get one samosa at least and a glass of water?
Free water for sure, which I see a lot of festivals don't do anymore.
Tell
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Abbas the rains have
Oh
stopped.
yeah, I was
Not to
at
throw all this.
Great Indian Independence Rock
Yeah.
day before yesterday.
Yeah, that's on
You
15th
had-
August.
No, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Cyrus.
But then
Back
what's
in
the
your
independence?
day, yes.
You can declare independence anytime you want
See,
to.
when the Bauer was running, it was 15th August.
No, it's a historical
Also,
fact.
Rang
We got
Bhavan has shut down,
16.
Cyrus. In case you don't
But
know.
that doesn't mean you change the date because the name is
No.
Independence.
Because Farhad Wadia says it would rain and nobody would show up.
Farabadi was there.
No, he's in the
He,
US.
He's
cardboard
recovering.
cutout of Farhad.
Farhad
right,
was there,
right.
yes.
And
But at
so let's call it the
Independence Rock,
Oktoberfest, the real name now.
you had to top up a coupon card and then you could get food and beverage. So if free water, I'm all for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's happened to the world? I remember going back to Malhar 10, 15 years after I graduated from Xavier's and everything was so expensive.
Mm.
I thought even like my father with a job wouldn't be able to afford this. It was pointless. How can kids pay for that when you're a college kid? We used to have 2 rupees and 3 rupees for vada pav and kalakata and all
Called
that. That's all gone.
inflation, Cyrus.
Not inflation. It's just you fuckers coming up with your strange foods. You know, really, just unnecessary the stuff you serve people.
By the way, speaking of food, there's a username in the chat called It's Puchka, not Pani Puri or Golgappa.
Oh, shots
Yes.
fired.
Oh, wow. Okay.
No way.
What's the point of that? It just must be an angry Silvery.
There you go. He's got a comment saying, I've been to shows with tickets up to 5,000 in CLC, which was Canvas Laugh Club. 5,000?
What in
Really?
CLC?
No, he must have been buying shares in the company. I've been. There's
No
no
wonder
way.
it shut down.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hey,
but
one
yeah.
second. That place was all about making money on drinks.
Yeah,
They weren't charging so much for tickets.
that's true.
You may have been misled by the.
No, I'm telling you, I've seen Kunal Vijayakar, $50.
It's worth more than that.
So what we did is he performed and I performed and we watched each other because nobody else came. But yeah, it's
Mhm.
fun. So $900 if you have the money on the 19th and the 20th at Geo Garden, not Gardens or Geo's Garden. But it's somewhere in BKC. It's easy to find right there on the take a right after you enter. Even I found Geo Garden. After that, I couldn't find Parsi soda.
About 90% of BKC is now Geo. So
Yes.
wherever you go, you'll find it.
Okay.
It's
But
Geo.
not all is a garden then.
No.
Because it's concrete buildings where people work and stuff.
Several.
Yeah. This is outdoors, right? This garden thing.
It's outdoors.
Yeah,
So
super.
we're expecting the weather.
Can
to
you
be
bring your dogs and
beautiful.
stuff?
One dog. We're
One-
hoping at least to get permission for one dog.
For one dog.
Yeah.
All right. I guess
In case
you
the
don't
weather
drink,
does
but he
not
means black dog.
that does not
Yeah,
cooperate, what's the backup plan?
Cooperate with the dog.
The weather. If
Oh no! So we have lots of shade. That
Okay.
we
Abbas,
we are cheap. We are not
Veer Das is a
stupid.
millionaire. He's got an
I'm
umbrella.
letting him cover all bases in
He's got
case it
Veer
rains.
Das has an umbrella. I've seen him. Okay.
He also wears a hat most of the time.
Why does he wear a hat?
That's his style statement.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I sound bitchy?
Very much.
You shat on Sahukar, you shat on Veer Das.
I love Sahu. I don't
Yeah.
know Veer. He's a nice guy, but I met him like twice in my life.
Do you think he's here for plastic surgery because he wants to do semi-Giribal again?
I'm not kidding about this, Sahu. If you're listening, please expose the truth here. Because this building, who the hell would you come to meet? There's only cosmetologists or whatever the word is, plastic surgeons, and because there are a lot of the Bollywood types who come here to get their nose done and ear done. I found out all that.
Yeah.
I met
Yeah.
the lady who does it. Because as usual, I come on time, me and Rishi, and the guy who's Suresh is supposed to open the place is never here because he lives 2 minutes away, so it takes him a long time to reach. So I was talking to this lady who came out with this BMW 7 Series doctor, and she was telling me all as I got out of my Honda, which wasn't starting. And we had a conversation about success and life in general, and she was really sweet.
Did she offer you a procedure to do? on
No,
you?
it would cost too much. So she saw it's not just
And
one
you're
thing.
not willing to pay 8.99
Exactly, and it's not
also,
just one nose or one eye or something.
इन्हें दवा की नहीं दुआ की।
Okay, shall we go to the first topic?
Okay,
of
we
the
can
day?
insult me a little more.
Yeah.
What's the hurry, bro?
It's cricket related, Cyrus. So
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Rohit
Oh.
Sharma's fan who had invaded the pitch
Yeah,
during
the
the
ground,
India-Zimbabwe match
Yeah.
has been fined rupees 6.5 lakh for entering.
Can I take that further? I think
Yeah.
fans, we should judge them and find them in any case. Because there are many fans who are just pricks. You just take some action against them. You know, I just find overzealous fans are horrible. Just very bad.
I just want to say this for the record. If you invade the pitch at Spoken, we won't find you.
But the option of that is because the spoken performer's performing, so you're distracting him. Like name Veer Das or
Veer Das.
whatever is performing, and then the guy comes in the middle and says, "Hey Veer, what's the time?" While he's talking. So that's not right. Although it might work from a point of view of humor because
That's
if
true.
it's dying, note that. Note that. Sort of have a guy
you have
standing,
against Veer?
send a message. It's the only name I know. Give me more names. That
I gave you so many names.
Sumuki.
SS Channa, Sumuki Suresh.
I don't know what SS
Mithila
Channa
Palkar.
is. It sounds like a ship. SS Channa.
Actually,
Gateway of
you
India.
stick to insulting those who you know.
I just know Veer.
She's a viral star.
What's
She
a
was
woman?
Yeah.
What the hell?
But this is
How would
funny
I
you
know?
should say that.
Her name is SS.
She was a child star and she used to play boys at that time and she was a kid.
Wow.
And now she's a
She's
really
so woke,
cool...
is she? She's a transgender. Wow.
No, she's not. She's very much a woman.
You see, she's
Identifies herself as a
There's
woman.
nothing wrong in being a transgender, bro.
No, not
Absolutely
at
no.
all.
Spoken's very
I want to be a
inclusive.
transgender. That's why I'm in this building. And Saukar,
But
or should I
you
say
just can't afford it.
Saukar, also known as Shifali, she was
Or Simi.
Yeah, MTV gossip. He also auditioned for Semi Giribal. He didn't get
Oh,
it.
really?
I played the servant. It was so embarrassing. He plays Simi. I'm the guy who cleans up, the Saaf Safai guy. You know what? I told you the story at Cal once. You had sent us for some event and he was in character. I was anchoring normal suit and all, and he was in character. So we stepped out of the 5-star hotel, the Taj or Taj Bengal. We're standing there and the car's not coming. And I didn't have a mobile phone in those days. Right? So only he had the
Yes.
phone, if you remember. So he kept calling up, calling. Finally, the driver came and he was really angry because he was standing. People were staring at him like a eunuch, 6'3" in his avatar of Simi
Hmm.
Garewal, and with a cigarette, like a young Punjabi stud, cigarette in the mouth, all that shit happening. Car comes, the driver comes out to open the door for Simi, ma'am, because he thinks it's a woman. And Sahu just, दो घंटे में खड़े हैं हम लोग यार, and just abusing her, and all the Bengalis standing nearby were like, what's going on? Who is this male dressed like a female with such like gutter language?
Yeah.
It was hilarious. You didn't like it?
I loved it. Yeah.
I didn't feel you felt it. Did you feel it?
I felt it a
If you're
lot.
going to treat Veer and Sumuki like this, I'll not come to that
I'm
show.
fans of Veer and Sumuki.
Really?
Yeah.
Only if they're together.
No, even separately.
Oh, wow.
Sumuki's done a great
I've worked with
show.
Sumuki. Hello.
Yeah, Pushpavali.
She's come on our show and I've done a couple of
Yes,
events with her.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah. And this was before she became famous, and now she doesn't take the call. But we go back.
Maybe
to
we'll get you to talk there if you just land up for some
It's
time.
too far, bro. Can you do it on satellite?
We can
No.
do VC
You,
for
for
you.
2 years, you've been staring at screens. Now you get to go out. You don't want to go out or what?
It's just Geo Gardens, not hanging gardens. Hanging gardens is something. Usme kya hai?
But coming back to the fan,
Huh.
so I mean,
Oh, sorry.
I
He's
remember.
researched the topic and we hijacked it.
No, I
Saurabh,
haven't researched the
Don't
topic.
be disrespectful to my
Sorry.
friend. Yeah.
Back in the day, like there's that famous '83 World Cup this thing. As soon as the wicket falls, everybody storms in, right? So there was no barricades or anything. And now,
Jumping in the crowd.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
crowd
yeah.
jumping into the thing.
and then there were those nude streakers who would go up on stage. I mean, this guy was
We
fully,
already discussed Saukar. I don't want to go back to it.
this guy was fully clothed. He just went onto the pitch to meet his idol.
He was an overzealous fan. That's what they
Yeah,
call it. They're
yeah.
just like very hyper.
And it's not like
young
a match.
kid he was.
Yeah, we were very young kid. The match
Well,
wasn't
if he was
even,
81-year-old uncle, would be embarrassing. Really. Rohit, I love you.
the match wasn't even perched on like a very
No.
close moment.
They don't follow the game properly. They
Yeah.
just it's some sort of infatuation, some sort of male love thingy.
Yeah,
You've seen that when you perform on stage.
I know. Yeah,
guys
so
throw
many
themselves at
people
you.
stormed
Yeah,
the
God.
stage. I'm
I mean,
like,
that's
oh.
where we found Spurge the first time, clinging onto your shoulder like a little parrot, just hanging there for half an hour.
So
Yeah.
streakers used to have better timing before. Even
But
that
England
was
had
true.
these streakers. I've actually seen it live in 1986, the first time I went abroad at
Mm,
Lord's.
mm,
And she had to bring back Botham sign because he had been banned for drugs,
mm,
for marijuana, which is allowed now.
yeah.
And this lovely woman came, and Gavaskar and Shrikant. Gavaskar is so funny. He's covering Shrikant's eyes. I was just like, it's so funny. And Shrikant was Chika being Chika. He was trying to do like, I'm not looking, but I'm looking. How we Indians are, na? She's a good-looking woman, man. Just topless for us three Indian guys. Gavaskar, Shrikant, Brocha. The three of us are like, hey, let's stop the game. Let's appreciate England. What a beautiful country, etc., etc. And now catch your police. And it's really funny, bro. You didn't like this story either.
I love
He's a competitive fuck, isn't he?
No,
He's
I'm
really
saying
bad.
that was more like
See,
a
I'm
it was
jealous
more
of
like
the other
a,
comedians. Look at you.
it was more like a protest sign. Bring Botham back, right?
No, that was, but they're famous for it. In England, they're famous for streaking with a, either for a bet or to make a political statement of some sort or some
But
statement.
what does one get from it except for like 15 seconds of fame?
If there was no Insta,
exposure.
she
You
would,
get exposure.
she would have been the biggest TikTok
Especially if
artist
you're
in the
top.
world today. Now, of course, she
Correct.
does it. She'll be about 73. So I don't know if it would be
No, I
quite the
remember
same.
this even in the '99 World Cup because suddenly the cameraman has to focus somewhere else
Yeah.
other than the pitch. So
Yeah.
that's when you knew.
Yeah.
And the commentators would like to play around it.
Actually,
like,
Kabir Khan had kept a nude shot in the picture, but Mini
In
Mathur, his
83?
wife, said no. Yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
okay.
Because he was so excited to shoot it.
And that's
He-
how you got cut out of
Suddenly
the
he was
movie.
doing. He stopped the movie in the middle and was doing audition after audition. This is just a small scene, I mean, really.
Okay, so basically you're saying if you disrupt the match, be ready to pay the price.
No, I'm saying in India, and no, actually not just India, in all parts of the world, there are these stupid fans. There are fans and there are just nutcases.
Right.
A nutcase is a nutcase. It's like we're right wing or left wing. Beyond a point, you're just an extreme nut, right? So they're nuts because their behavior is just not normal. It's great to be in love and adulation. We've all done that. Sort of when you first came to MTV, I loved you. I loved you at first glance.
So what happened?
You read your lines so cleverly and never missed the cue. Then came Act 2. You seem to
Hmm.
change. You acted strange. Why? I'd never know.
Oh my
I'm
God.
quoting Elvis,
Classic.
Of course.
but you're doing nothing about it.
I missed it.
Huh.
I only
You're
know
Russian again.
Ivan the Terrible.
When we're in
Yes.
trouble, he's Russian. Imagine the police stop him and he's worried. What is he? I don't know. I'm Russian.
Pretty boy.
Not bad. So he say pretty boy, the cop say pretty boy. This is a good one. Let's examine that for a sec. Huh?
Our spoken festivals happen in Ukraine.
Oh. And you thought I was below the belt, bro.
Once,
This
cut
belt
that
is
part
gone
out of the
high.
audio version. But anyway, so the next topic is kind of a serious topic and like it's a little sensitive. So like the
Don't talk.
disclaimer.
You,
has
you
been
already
given.
looked at me. You already looked at me. Just say don't talk, na. And then he's feeling bad. Uncle को कैसा बताओ बहन जो तमीज से बात करना पड़ेगा.
So
I
the
see you have an abusive relationship. Can I
would
do
say-
like this therapy session?
You can.
the Supreme Court has upheld the 10% quota for the economically weaker sections of society,
Yeah.
saying that 9 lakh, I think, is the figure that if
Less
you're,
than 5 acres of land.
really,
Yeah, which I think
Okay.
is a little odd because 5 acres is a hell of a lot. I mean,
if your
I would like to
annual
be that
income-
In
disadvantaged.
South Bombay, yes,
4.5 acres of land. That's a geo garden right there.
if your annual
That's about
annual
right, you're
income
right.
Yeah.
is less than 9 lakh, you fall under the economically weaker sections, and now you can
Rishi
apply for
Sparsh.
a-
खड़े हो जाए. You are now part of a special group. Yeah.
But there are opponents of this who saying that in our constitution, the reservation so far was about socially backward.
See, we've discussed it 11 times before, Abbas.
Yeah.
You were bored and you've not paid attention. Reservation, we've all agreed from the point of view of philosophy, 100% the right thing. You're trying to uplift people. You're trying to figure. Look at how the implementation doesn't work. Look at South African cricket team. They've decided on a quota figure of 4 colored people must play, whatever happens, and that's divided their team completely. So how do you get this right? You'll never get the maths right on how to balance a society.
When you say divided the team, you mean
Because there are a lot of players who took that Kolpak option when it was there and ran off, the white players mostly, but even others, because they felt they didn't have a chance. If you're 2 right-hand batsmen at the number 5 position and one guy is colored, then you know you're not getting it. It's like that. Let's say you're equal, even if you think about it that way. So now the same thing applies across the board in all professions and everything else. I think the philosophy is great and something has to be done, but I don't think we've been able to crack it. Before Mandal also, we have not been able to crack how to help or balance our society.
It's because to get the certificate to be socially and economically, you have to be rich and pay someone.
That jugaad is another story altogether.
That's where the seats
That's
will
the
go.
corruption.
That's
Yeah,
the problem.
I didn't even get into that. That's point. He's more erudite than I am.
Yeah, of course.
He got to the point. I was in the emotional. I was having a little cathartic moment of almost sexual. I almost had an orgasm right now. It's like that. Yeah.
Patting your own back.
I just want to get out of here alive. No, but we've discussed this so many times. I don't know. Sparsh wasn't there. Rishi probably also wasn't there. But we've done it in the early days on the podcast when we had people like Amit on and we'd have real fights over these things. Because again, reservation per se, not the worst idea in the world. But what do you do?
Correct.
Some people have had a really, you're talking about 400-500 years of screwing somebody's, livelihood and self-respect and self-confidence and it's not a level playing field.
No, but
how many comedians do you know who come from a very, very poor, except
very few. Especially the early ones.
Sumuki and Veer. Everyone is from a
Veer is
privileged-
not economically backward, I can tell you
No,
that.
not anymore. Yeah.
No. I was saying that, but it's that this one comes with a slight sort of difference, right? That you may not have your generational.
They've quantified it.
Your
clearly.
generations may not have been poor or not well-to-do. It's only, let's say, you're the odd one out who was not able to make money. But so far, the idea of reservation was that the history of where you come from has kept you at bay because of certain societal norms.
Yeah.
But this one kind of takes away that finance is the only
They're
criteria here.
quantifying it with one clear diktat and this is it.
Yeah.
And just look at it from this perspective. But this is too much for me to handle because I don't know how to get this thing right. But they have to start somewhere. So in that sense, this is where they've started.
But your position is that people will misuse that as well.
No, that's his position because he's talking about human nature and Indian human nature.
Right.
And where you take advantage of the situation of mere ko bhi chahiye. Let's face it, that's 100% going to happen.
Yep.
But what also is going to happen is how do you play catch up? How do you play catch up eventually?
Right.
You
So there is a demand for caste consensus happening. We're not
They're
laughing
laughing.
at that.
They're laughing at
Rishi and Sparsh has highlighted a comment. Just a second. Rohan Patil says people like Cyrus who live in South Bombay claim they earn below 6 lakhs. Defend yourself.
Rohan
Cyrus.
Bahu, me kai bolto. Rohan Bahu, 1 minute. Let me finish. It's very simple that you are right. You're absolutely right. Because living in South Bombay doesn't mean you earn a lot of money. Mr. Shinde lives in South Bombay. He takes a very small salary, our chief minister. So what are you talking about? There's no
What's
connection.
his salary?
Nothing here.
Oh, really?
Just harass me. That's he's just.
I think that's worth it.
Uddhav told
I
him on
think
the
he's
phone.
happy with that.
Uddhav just harass brocha. That's it. What about roads, sir? Forget roads. What about education? What about the child, women? This, that. Fuck. Harass brocha. VIP movement. That's it.
Right.
Yeah. However, let's not lose the moment.
I was saying there's a demand for a caste consensus so that you have a clearer picture of which group belongs to what.
See, this is where the problems start for me again. Because now because you can't tick off all the boxes. You've got to come to if you want action to be taken, you take it at some point. You draw the line and say, let's do it. It's very similar to Arnold's philosophy of when you enter the gym.
Which is
that stop all the analysis. You have these guys who come to the gym and go and analyze. Should I do 10 reps? Should I do 4 reps? Should I hold this? Should I put my gloves on? Should I look at that?
I wouldn't
You have
know
to
anything
perform. You
about
just
it.
get on with it. So you have,
No shit.
Forget
So
it.
sorry, what Arnold says is you don't give a shit about.
Only I will find a correlation between Arnold in the 70s and the encyclopedia of bodybuilding and our caste and communal and class related issues.
But then he went on to be the
society.
governor of a state.
That's right. And had made love to someone from a very poor section and had a
Okay.
child. So I suppose he is the right guy to bring this to. So
Anyway.
coming back to it, so how do you get it correct? So you'll say, okay, we'll target it from a point of view of caste, from point of view of location, point of view of money, point of view of zameen. There's a new thing about the zameen thing because a lot of people have a lot of zameen but don't have liquid cash and vice versa.
Right.
So I don't know. Let Saurabh handle this. He's the educated one amongst us with the funny beard.
I'm from Chembur. I'm backward in many ways. I don't get to choose this.
You're not from Chembur, you're from Chambers. Just change that a little bit, yeah. Chambers, by the way, is the Taj for those who don't know. It's
Oh,
very rich,
wow.
sweet. It's
Yeah,
like
even
a
I
special
didn't
That was
Yeah,
such an
No,
accessible
he didn't know. He
joke.
didn't know. He didn't know.
No, I
Sparish
also
didn't know. I
didn't
could just clarify it.
None of us knew. We can't afford it.
Rishi, I can't work with these poor guys. Yeah. The
Chambers is
economically
the
disadvantaged
Taj.
people on our show like this. Huh.
Well, Taj has a restaurant called the Chambers.
No, it's called fuck you, bastard. What do you think it's called?
I don't know. Is it still there? I've been to the Taj.
Not restaurant, Baba. They've
It's
got a
not
club.
for
It's
us.
a club.
It's a club for
Ah,
elite
rich,
people.
networking.
Sorry.
South
You,
Bombay.
by the way,
course.
you have to earn enough
Capitalist.
money to apply. You have to show it like how you do for visas.
It's almost like the mafia.
It is the mafia. It's the rich
Or
mafia.
like getting into a school these days,
and
apparently.
they exactly, and they're also well dressed like the Italians in
Ah.
America. Yeah,
No, that's
All
okay.
shiny shoes. Not the track pant guy. The track
Yeah,
pant
of
guy is the
course, yeah.
hit guy. He's different. I know that's your hero.
Yeah.
The guy
yeah.
in the
That's the
Superman
guy who
t-shirt
gets-
and cracks walking
No, the
slowly.
track guy is the one who gets bumped off the first.
They're only allowed in Taj Lands and only Bangalore.
Oh, ouch!
Anyway, on that note, let's take a break. And
But Saurabh has not said anything about the whole,
Spoken.
right to destroy disparity in society, right to equality. I suppose.
But seriously, I mean, without any of the
Yeah.
fun bits, it's just that there is reservation to the extent that the general masses are in the minority. So that's an overcorrection that's needless. I absolutely agree with you. Affirmative action required, years or decades or centuries of abuse. So I think we need a better system than just give me a certificate and I'll put you in.
That's what I'm saying. Watchman's son needn't. Not that it's bad to be a watchman, but a watchman's son doesn't have to be a watchman. In a great society, he should be able to sort of
yeah,
the dynamism should be
pursue,
there for
yeah.
him to
Yeah.
move,
Absolutely.
and not in a difficult way. As long as he's hardworking and sincere, sort of thing, and pays a bribe here and there, he should be able to. Well, let's be honest, it's India. He should be able to move. That's the thing. And
Correct.
my worry is that when they do this, they make big statements, and somebody's heart is in the right place, no question about that. But they don't get the match right around the whole formula, and then it doesn't go anywhere.
Right.
And then, as he says, Jugaad takes over, and Sparish takes all the care. All his people and
Right.
friends are, availing of the facility somewhere in bloody Delhi. It's
Why
always
isn't
Delhi.
Sparsh on Spoken Fest?
Sparish is a musician. Are you allowed musician?
Yeah,
We
Chai
have
Met
really
Toast.
nice musicians.
Chai My Toast is not a comedian.
No.
It was pretty funny act. I was only going to come for them. I thought this is a funny comedian. I was looking at the other names.
Is that another
SS
dig at
Channa
me?
wasn't doing it for me.
Channa, nahi,
Channa.
Channa. Aisas Channa.
Huh?
Aisas Channa.
And we have Sid Sriram, who's an
Yeah.
amazing.
Well, just
singer.
thank God I'm not the anchor, no? Can you imagine? SS refuses to come on
Yeah.
stage.
You should take a break and I'll feed you more names.
Oh, I thought you meant in life. I was
No,
worried
I
for a
mean-
moment. So uncle
I mean-
both ho gaya. Off. Medical facility yahin pe hai. Yeah. Okay, people, what a great show. Okay, don't answer that. That's always a controversial thing. We're taking a quick break, and as we come out of it, we go into part 2. But before that, I have an urgent message which I forgot, which is I have to tell you to like and subscribe. That's right. Like and subscribe. How easy is that? So just like and subscribe so I don't have to say it again. See how painful it is for me.
Hey everyone, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On the Life Manifesto, Zarina shares 7 techniques to overcome festive fatigue. On the Advertiser's Guide to the Galaxy, Karthik decodes the relaunch of Havells Hawa Badlegi ads and the shortcomings the brand faced in the past. On Has It Aged Well, Abbas and Urjita are joined by comedian Pavitra Shetty to revisit Farah Khan's directorial debut, Main Hoon Na, and talk about their shared love for Shah Rukh Khan. And of course, do not forget to subscribe to the IVM Pop channel for all the latest episodes. On Smarter with Sid, Siddharth shares his thoughts on whether pursuing an MBA degree is still worth it. And on The Habit Coach, Ashton welcomes Natasha Moore, founder of Natasha Moore Cosmetics. They talk about how putting makeup on can be an empowering activity and dispel some stereotypes around it. Once again, don't forget to visit our merch store on ivmpodcast.com. We have some super cool and exciting stuff for you. Also, do follow us on social media properties. We are at IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Also, do remember to spread the word, as you know, it helps a lot. And of course, don't forget to rate and review our shows on whatever platform you're listening to them. You can also check out all our shows on youtube.com/IVM Podcasts. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors this week, Bumble, Heads Up for Tails, Kotak Privy League Program, and HDFC Mutual Fund. Thank you so much for making this possible.
Okay, sorry to tell you, we're still on the same show. I thought it was like a bad dream. I'll wake up, it's gone. But Saurabh is still here, looking very sad. He's all about the spoken word, which he's promoting. A bit about Saurabh, for those who don't know, although he's been on our show many times, in fact, too often. He's one of the founding fathers of MTV. For those of you who know us from the old MTV days, pre-Roadies, we don't want to take credit for roadies. We would have liked to, but let's say that's
I wrote the PowerPoint
You had-
that sold roadies.
you did.
I'm sorry for that. I apologize.
But you have too much hair to be part of that experiment. Yeah. But did you really?
I did.
Yeah. But the idea was great. The idea was great. It's just, I mean, it's okay. It's fun. It's a fun show. It's
But
just,
it's a-
I feel bad for some of them who come on. It just looks like they're, going through a lot of bad things in their life, and then this makes it even worse because now everybody knows.
It gave us Ran Vijay and
Ayushmann.
Ayushmann.
Correct.
Ayushmann.
Yeah.
And more.
Bani.
That was, I
Bani.
was still there when those two things
See,
happened.
out of 160 roadies that have appeared, 3 have got success, which is a pretty high.
More than 3 actually.
Oh, it's
Not
3?
all of them have gone on
3 and
to
a half.
film and television. But
One guy won Big Boss, and then he was arrested.
Yes.
I won't get into
And
Who's
there's no
arrested?
reservations on roadies. So
There is.
it's all
There
good.
is. You have to be from Chandigarh, sector 16 or 18. It's very clear. Read the fine print. Kanwar, tu Punjabi hai na, Benjo? Then tell the truth now. Don't lie.
That's why roadies, no singular nahi hai,
Yeah,
plural.
exactly. Yeah. I want to be a roadies.
You didn't
Ouch.
mention the other
Well,
thing.
I was just saying.
Yeah.
So he's one of we were a small group of people in the 90s when we started, late 90s, and he's one of those founding fathers. So those who like that old MTV, he's one of the guys who's responsible for when we used to actually play music and stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
One of his regrets would be me, of course, and then getting one more Cyrus after that.
No,
It's
no.
spiraling into disease.
I became a
Yeah.
man because of you.
Really?
All the torture you put me through.
Oh,
I saw the realities of life.
I thought we made love. I became a
came out
man because of you. I came out wrong, yeah. Anyway, that's the Kanwar pitch. Now, Abbas, about you, I said.
Co-founder of
what can I say?
ATKT.in and
Yeah,
also
yes.
CEO of Commune.
Yeah.
Not mentioning all these things.
But that's his present avatar. No, I
Yeah,
know him from
That's
behind.
Googleable.
I know him from behind.
A couple of things before we go on.
Uh.
Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Press the bell icon and all that stuff. So that
You say it as Ivan or Igor, and we get a much better response.
and follow Cyrus on Instagram. New
Nice.
Cyrus Says Instagram page called What Cyrus Says. At What Cyrus Says.
And all the questions are in Russian. I don't know what to do. Я знаю по-русски. I know Russian.
Das Vidania. That's all I know. I'm done.
Vladivostok, if you know your commercials.
Okay, the next piece of news is that Twitter has laid off about 70% of the workforce in India.
90.
90?
Oh, it's gone up to
Oh,
90.
I'm sorry.
It's like the bridge, huh? It's like the bridge toll. It's just going on and on.
Oh, God.
Oof. Not
It's
nice.
part of their global sort of cost cutting that
Not theirs. There's a one-man thing here.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
a very
yeah.
Putinesque moment. I don't think you can say theirs. Like
Very
the board,
accurate.
board sat together, and John and George, and they all know balls. One guy.
The board is a bunch of
Yeah.
jocks saying yes to Elon. and everything he
Exactly.
says.
Absolutely.
leaving just about barely a dozen
But
people on the
90%,
I'm
I mean,
sorry, I shouldn't be laughing.
One thing, Abbas, stay with that for a second.
Yeah.
90% of a company, of a department, but that's scary. In IBM, that would mean what? Out of all of us, just maybe Sparsh.
What,
you
what
and
it
me.
was
that's it.
before we moved to the new
Yeah.
office.
Wow, imagine the guys who are left. They'll be so guilty when they come back on Monday morning and they
Yeah.
say, "Arey, where's Ashutosh? Oh shit, Vijay ka kya hua? Oh my God, Ramesh had a child." You know what I mean? It's just imagine.
But and that's how it was done. You either got a mail on your private email
Yeah.
or your office email. If office email, you're in. If private email, you're out.
Ah,
So
Wow.
nicely
Oh,
done.
so sweet that only you
Yeah.
get it privately for the sacking. But you remember Friday the 13th,
No,
MTV
privately
when you
for
were
the
there,
for the fact that you've kept the job.
when you guys fired everybody in sight. We had a terrible. Corporates need to learn.
It was
May I mention?
you.
No, it's very scary because a guy like me who's so insensitive doesn't know how to say the right thing. I didn't get the moment initially. We were shooting Bakra or something.
Bakra,
So
yeah.
we were standing outside, and when they started calling all of you all in, and I think you had to also fire people. I can't remember how it played out, but they started coming out and crying. So we had grown guys like light guys and guys on the
But you
lower-
should have yelled out no bakra.
I thought it was some of them scam. So
You know the funny thing is we've done a bakra like that at one
Of
of our
course,
parties
yeah.
before that.
We did.
People thought it was the same
we
thing.
did with a
happening.
big corporate thing. Yeah, we did that whole thing about sacking someone and all that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was terrible. Oof.
I
You
remember
amazing.
one where you okay, there's a comment. Hamisha is saying Meghna tried to be Elon and Cyrus Says didn't succeed.
Okay, now you made Sparsh very happy, Hamisha. You are now his favorite person in the whole world after his parents. Well played. Well played.
Meghna added.
Okay, can you
people
just
onto the roster.
turn your camera because I screw up mine. Just show his happy face. Okay, put the comment back, Rishi. Put the comment back, please. I want to read it verbatim. Meghna tried to be Elon in Cyrus Says and didn't succeed. Look how happy he is. About how petty can people be? 90% Indian staff
Thank
fired.
you.
Ouch. Really. But you expect when there's a changeover that there'll be a little bit
No,
of.
so I was thinking
No,
about
but the
this.
rest
So,
of the world is 50%. India is 90%.
He hates Indians.
Yeah, Tesla nahi allow kiya.
This racism, where's the Modi government now? Exactly.
also,
Don't say anything.
TikTok also happened like this, right? Overnight,
Yeah.
people working in TikTok India suddenly were let go because the app was banned. I mean, let go as in they didn't know
But
what
that's
to do.
slightly beyond their control thing.
Right.
This is fired by. I mean, that's a political.
And I have
guys.
no love for TikTok, but they took a bunch of people to other markets and
Okay.
they're still working.
Also,
there.
it's not internal. It's external factors.
It's
Here, it's
external.
completely internal. He takes over and he just. I mean, it's really insensitive.
Did you
nothing
see
else.
the thing where he tweeted yesterday that unless you do not mention the word parody in your Twitter bio, you cannot impersonate another famous person?
And that's
Or
because
your-
people started changing their names to
to
Elon Musk.
Yes.
Arre, we had
Thousand.
Kunal doing an Elon Musk on our show.
Yeah, please
a-
mention
with a
on
Prabhadev-
Twitter when you share it. Please write.
But it's a
parody.
Prabhadevi accent. As much as we tried. So I don't know whether he'll get it. He'll be like, I have no idea who this guy is.
I don't know, man. It's just making it Twitter less fun. It's like this principal has come and he's like, you shall not
But
do this. You
That's
shall not
exactly
do
the
that."
words, who thought he would be like this? He's an eccentric maverick genius, all right? That's how we thought of him when you see him on the Joe
I
Rogan.
think the red flags were there.
They were there, but you don't see him as a, because this is very Putin-esque, Mussolini-esque, Kim Jong-un-esque. He's going in that direction.
I think it's still consistent though. Tesla, he's selling with autopilot. The technology isn't ready, but you can leave your hands and you can let the car drive itself.
Yeah.
He's letting Twitter also drive itself like that. It's
Nicely
fine.
called.
By the
Saurabh
way,
is-
Meghnad is in the chats.
Meghna, would you like to see the reaction again? Please send us a text quickly if you want to see the reaction again. Hello, friends. Well, friends as in me, Saurabh and Abbas for sure. Baki to pata nahi.
Why are you playing Narad Muni, right? The guy who used to.
When one Muslim and one Parsi discuss the genesis of
That's why I'm
Hindu
getting it
philosophy and
confirmed.
scripture. Yeah, let's just stay out of it. Huh? Let's talk about people we know, like Sumuki Suresh.
Yeah. Actually, along with the Instagram, I should have plugged also Spoken Fest, 19th and 20th of November. Tickets
you.
out now.
Yeah.
And
those 90% staff, they'll get a discount because you're a man who cares.
That's true. If you
Sorry.
worked in Twitter, we
Sorry.
will do
Sorry.
something for
Sorry.
you guys.
Too much. Sorry.
does Spoken Fest have a Twitter handle?
Oh shit! Why?
I'm asking so that we
Why?
can follow it. We can put it in the description.
But you mentioned it's not a parody, huh?
No, it's
Yeah,
not a
okay,
parody. It's
alright.
very
And also because of capitalist reasons, prices will go up. So buy your tickets now. Is that the right thing to say? Elon,
yeah.
tell me.
Elon will be proud.
Yeah.
Because you're selling. And that's what he wants. He wants more go-getter
Also the-
sales guys.
That's the true early bird ticket, right? Because it's Twitter.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
The true early
Well
bird is
done.
also known as the blue tit. It's a famous,
That's Elon.
apparently.
But what do you care? You've never been active on Twitter much.
No,
so-
not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I can't see anything. My fingers are too fat for all these things. There's no point. I just hit spell everything wrong and I get irritated. No point. And then people start responding, and mostly only the angry people respond. So what's the point? It's like talking to your wife, but with bad spellings.
Mhm.
Really. So I avoid.
Okay, the next piece of news comes from Assam, where a head teacher was suspended. It's a lot of suspension.
This is also Elon Musk.
no, this wasn't Elon Musk.
Okay.
It's because he came to school carrying a machete.
Why would he come?
Yes.
He's a farmer by day. See how hard times, yeah. He's just cutting the grass.
In the US, they
Outside.
would have given him a prize, yeah. Teacher comes. with
Finally, a
weapons.
teacher who's going to kill.
There is a very good reason.
What?
So the
Very
teachers,
good reason, huh, guys. This is
teacher's name,
Abbas. Ladies and
Parvez
gentlemen, Abbas.
Nihal Hazari said that the head teacher was angry and frustrated because of irregularities by other teachers.
So the machete is to kill them.
To threaten them at least.
Certainly, the next step would be you cut the hand off. The machete
Well-
is a very powerful weapon.
Why should Elon have all the power?
Mm.
That's true. So there are many Elon Musks. You don't have to go all the way to America or South Africa.
Look,
just go
I'd
to Assam.
rather a teacher behead other teachers
What?
rather than behead the students.
Your
That's
name
all
is
I'm
Abbas.
saying.
What are you saying? Don't say that.
The teacher's name was also what?
Meghnad,
Parvez
bachao.
Nihal Hazari. So, 38-year-old Dhriti Medha Das is a resident of the Tarapur area. Okay, I'm mixing up two things. Okay, I did not read this news piece
Yeah,
before
you-
coming. It's my bad.
Why? Why do you correct yourself? Nobody cares about your information anyway. Now you correct yourself, you have to sit through the whole thing again.
The head teacher tried to hide the weapon and acted like everything was normal, but we noticed fear amongst the students and other teachers after entering the school.
But maybe
there
the
were
name should be,
telltale
it
signs.
shouldn't be head teacher, should be behead teacher.
Yeah.
That's his point, right? Yeah. Wow.
Right.
Talk about frustration. How come no Twitter guy has done something ridiculous? I'm very worried now.
Oh, please. I mean, Twitter has done its share of.
No, I mean the
No,
employee
it's some
fighting
employee
back,
coming
employee
back
Oh,
with
back,
well,
with
well,
the,
machetes.
hey, say hello to my little friend. Except being an Indian,
Still the early
you just
days.
take the pant off.
And it's possible it'll happen because they're calling back engineers.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
we
yeah.
fired you by mistake.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
can you
yeah.
come
Calling
back?
them back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is for bad heart. This will be too much. No? You just sold the car. Yeah.
I don't know the password. Can you just come back and help me with it? Like
Wow.
that level of
But that's a temporary comeback or that's a real
No, no,
comeback?
no.
Job in hand.
no, they fired some people wrong. Now they've discovered that they don't know how to run. The servers don't run without.
when they've sent
people.
so many firing emails, some of them must have gone the other way. Samir Kolpekar has a comment saying they are also asking few folks to come back, citing error in firing.
Yeah.
Samir, pay attention. Saurabh has already delivered that salvo. You're 4 seconds too late, and 4 seconds in the 21st century, 22nd century.
On
is too
Twitter,
late.
it's too late.
It's-
Yeah,
yeah.
Too late.
Yeah.
Yesterday's
You
tweet.
2 seconds early. Yeah. Like Elon Musk.
ED.
Sends so you want yeah, ED. I'm going to say I'm fired, and then you get the firing.
Right. Let's go to the AMAs.
Abbas, have you ever been fired?
I have actually.
From where?
I'll tell you after the show.
Why? You want to discuss everything openly now? Why you?
And it was
shy?
during the lockdown actually.
Oh, that job in Powai.
No, the one I had before that.
You had another job. You got
Yes.
2 jobs. Who would hire you? Twice. What was the first job?
It was
can't
related
hear
to-
suddenly.
Huh?
Huh? Suddenly can't hear a damn thing I'm saying. Earrings gone out of the window. Invasive, is it?
Kind of.
Well,
yeah.
just give me vaguely tell us.
It was somewhat
Tatas,
in somewhere.
Birlas,
No, not so far.
Godrej.
Not,
Then what job is it? Yeah.
No, the Tata
Chota
Birlas
mota
will not
job.
employ me.
Why
And they
not?
won't fire me.
Everybody wants a comedian.
I've never been fired
That's-
for being
So
a
what job
comedian.
was it?
It was in the same industry as I am right now.
Podcast?
Yeah.
This is another podcast. The whole idea is that we monopolize the whole thing and nobody's allowed to come in.
Yeah.
Tell us where so we can break
That's
their
all
legs.
I'm saying.
Which part of Bombay was the job in?
It was work from home.
This sounds fishy. Was he on medication or something? He's imagining there's a job and imagining there's a rival podcast. Okay.
It's okay. Let's go to the AMAs.
We'll
where
find
we
out
can-
slowly. Sponge, note this. We'll get the other panelists. I don't want to waste Saurabh's time, but slowly we'll get to the bottom, investigate this story and find out kaun tha, kaisa, how much he was earning and why was he fired and was there a molestation charge?
No,
Not-
that I can assure you was not. There.
Not by
Work from home
not-
में क्या molestation charge?
boss, I know a lot of girls who
Self-help.
like girls who like podgy men. There are lots of girls who like podgy men and they fondle and touch unnecessarily, and no one talks about that minority. Those podgy men like Kunal and you, who are all their life they're being fondled, and they can't say anything. "Oh, you're so lucky she touched you." It's not fair. You don't like it. I know what you're saying. Your dignity is
know.
important. Your
But
self-respect.
in that case, I was molested, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And the other person should get fired.
Yeah, they should have,
Yeah.
but they've just fired you
Yeah.
because they own the company. There's reasons. We got to go back. Saurabh, are you wasting your time?
Nope.
You're really.
But
enjoying it.
I'm getting some therapy vibes here.
Well, who not to hire at least, right? Clearly, the 4 of us. Yeah.
Cyrus,
And
I'm feeling
he's
hot
been with-
today. I'm feeling hot.
I'm sweating, bro.
Yeah.
This
Abbas,
dish-
he's
not
been
really
with
tasty.
Kunal for decades.
I know, right?
He
Yeah.
keeps talking
Yeah.
disparagingly,
You're
but he
the only
loves fat
fondler.
men. is what he
Some think of us as Salim and Anarkali. It's like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But that didn't end happily.
Well, I want to lock him inside a labyrinth of sorts. Let's see if it happens.
says. Just another brick in the
In
wall.
the in the chamber.
With a B. That in the,
the
chambers.
chamber.
Yeah. It's his cousin who's a member of the chambers.
Oh.
Yeah. That guy has a lot of money. You can't just walk into the chambers unless you're catering.
Ah.
Then you this is really hard. All right.
Okay. First question comes from Grim Fandango.
Yeah.
Grim says, at Saurabh, since you worked both at MTV and Channel V, what do you think is the reason for their downfall?
Also, how insincere can you be after swearing and abusing Channel V? And Saurabh and I, we were drinking partners for a little while, so I know we would abuse and make fun of them. And he's always been a creative guy, quick to punch below the belt and all that. And then suddenly he takes over Channel V.
I wanted to uplift them and bring them to the same level as MTV. It wasn't
You're worse than Eknath Shinde or
Yes,
Sanjay
sir.
Nirupam or Navjot Singh Sidhu. You
Yeah,
just
same
change
thing.
parties when you want to. Nobody knows.
potato.
Huh? Huh.
But the downfall is very clear, actually. And seriously, I mean,
Yeah.
I can go on for another couple of hours. Do we have time, guys?
No,
Yeah.
you carry on. We'll stop.
They just didn't understand anything that was non-mass at that time. Today, it's cool to have a podcast that doesn't reach 3 billion people.
Right.
Ha!
To
You
put it
sarcastic
mildly.
bastard. Break into Russian. Abuse him, I say.
Just sensitive about this.
Uh,
It's bigger than Bakra was. This is
Yeah.
so anyway. But
Again, you're stretching your imagination too much. Yeah. So
yeah, but they just didn't get it. So they wanted everything to look alike. Everything
By
should
they-
have soaps.
who's they? Like Elon Musk.
The Elon Musk of my world.
Yeah.
So they were told very clearly, look, this is A
But-
very different thing
yeah.
from running a Sasbao serial channel.
We tried everything. No, both your channels tried everything. We've had drama, we've had comedy, we've had situational stuff.
Soaps.
Soaps.
They ended up putting soaps. That's what killed it. If
Yeah.
I wanted soaps, I have two big channels. Why will I watch you then?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
That was the problem.
Yeah, really.
I had a question actually. So, in the age of streaming, how relevant are radio stations? Because your music is coming to you on your music apps. Your conversations are coming to you from your podcast.
I think
So-
radio is important, but music is not the key, and that is
Yeah.
a problem in this
I
country.
also think
because
it's a
there's no
class
talk.
issue. The podcast is an upper class medium at the moment still, and the radio is a lower class medium. This country is divided by class. We mentioned that, not 10%.
I know. Yes.
No, but rich people listen to podcasts.
We are giving
Yeah.
we are giving 10% of our podcast to people who are economically deprived to come and
Of
perform.
course.
as
so in
well.
radio.
Yeah, Sparsh Aja. Aja, he's gonna punch me.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. The next one comes from Shweta. Shweta says, "AMA for Cyrus's glasses. What power? Reading glasses is what I remember.
See,
Please
Shweta-
confirm. Hand over on the 13th.
Okay.
Which is our live show
Right.
at the
So-
Jeff
so
Goldberg
here's the-
studio. Let me plug it now properly.
Okay.
it's called Cyrus and the Bakras. I think the last few tickets are remaining, so please check that out. The link will be in the description.
Bro, those tickets we need to enter. The bloody watchman always stops the act. I've had this all my life.
Actually, come
Tata,
for the
Sophia.
13th. Stay over till the 19th and 20th.
Oh,
attend the
nicely
Spoken
done.
Fest.
Yeah. And Abbas's house, he's got 2. Okay, you can choose 3 actually. He's got 3, but one is slightly outside Mumbai, so
Yeah.
I'd say keep it to 2. It's 1.25. It used to be the whatever, and now I
Wow.
think it's 1.5 because I can't see. The other day I hugged somebody else's wife and said hi Aisha and all. I just couldn't make out on me in the lift.
I'm sure you were sure.
No. That
Just-
my wife's actually better looking, but then I wouldn't know anymore. It's been a long time since I saw anyone. Yeah. So
But,
he's still married, no?
Yeah, very much so.
He got married with this, while we were at MTV. So some of them lasted, some of them didn't. So I just want to make sure he's one of the good ones. No Elon Musk story there.
Yeah, I know. I don't have options.
Yeah. Now you can't go. Now it's like a mutual fund. You got to wait for that maturing. They say it'll happen, and you wait and wait and wait. Yeah.
Maturing.
Yeah, but the fund to mature on us, you get some utility out of it.
No, I also want to give a shout out to Sharda, who.
What, you're a separate podcast?
no, she
We were
said-
talking about something and you just
she
started.
said on the 13th for
Oh.
the show, she said she'll bring us all samosas.
Oh, sweet.
That's
So,
a
yeah.
euphemism.
No, it's not.
Bring all the ladies you want, Shweta. Saurabh Kanwar will be there in the front row. Is he coming? Ask him if he's coming. Ask him if he's coming.
Welcome to come.
Welcome to come.
Those last few tickets, I'm only buying.
Yeah, sure.
We'll do barter. You buy
make-
spoken, I'll buy.
Those buggers are charging $900. Veer Das and Somoki.
Yeah, ours is like 400 bucks.
Yeah, and more importantly, make them pay. What the hell's
But
going on?
ours is only like an
What
hour
about-
and a half.
And
not 2
especially one
days.
Miss Channa.
That's
SS.
Channa.
Yes, yes, Channa.
And the 13th
What if
show?
her real name is actually Singh? That'll be quite funny, no? Because it's actually Singh, but you call it Channa, and there's Channa and Singh. both
Right,
the same
okay.
name.
This has run its
That's why I don't have
sell-by
a
date.
I don't have a spot in the
Spoken
spoken
Fest,
word.
yes.
Yeah.
Next question comes from Devesh Srivastav. He says, Cyrus, Liverpool is up for sale. Do you think Adani or Ambani is the next owner? Also, have you seen Messi
Well,
ad with Baiju?
I know Junior Ambani, Akash is very, very keen on football. Liverpool's not his team. So why would you buy a team that's not your team? Right? John Abraham loves Liverpool, but I don't think he has the money. But if he can find people who put money on the table, it's possible. Would you buy Liverpool, bro?
No.
You really don't. For someone who, out of the 3 of us, who looks the most like a football.
Actually, I would. I
Abbas
like
is-
the Beatles. So,
Yeah, there you
Liverpool,
go.
right? Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Beatles and football team. That's the 2 reasons they're known.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's got its great accent.
Hmm.
Would you like to try?
Liverpudlian.
Yeah, Liverpudlian.
But-
Yeah. So would you answer that? Would you buy Liverpool? And who do you think?
No,
would buy it?
do you think Adani or Ambani would buy it?
It's not so far fetched anymore like it used to be. All these thoughts.
Saurabh Adani, Saurabh Kanwar. No context only.
Liverpool's going to get relegated.
Bruce Wayne
soon.
says Liverpool is going to get relegated.
Okay,
soon.
Bruce, they're not going to get
Wait
relegated.
for a few years and buy
They'll
it
stay
on
at
the
7
cheap.
or 8 by the end of the season. May even come up to about 6, maybe. So I think you're just talking nonsense and just don't be mean. They've had a fantastic run this year. It's not been the greatest, but there have been great moments. Okay, like I say, it's just like a marriage. You just look at the good points. Stop looking at all things just don't work. Doesn't matter.
Enforcement Directorate.
Too much Elon Muskism going along. Too much vitriolic hate and anger and disparaging remarks. Where's the love of humanity?
The next
Uplift
one,
the poor
of course, yes.
when you
Uh,
have the time.
The next one comes from Shavik Bakchi. Shavik says, AMA, do you think Amit would fire someone live on the Cock and Bull?
Oh,
Cock
but
and
you
Bull
know,
ever?
He'll never fire you for creative differences, but he gets really upset about the mic and
Yeah.
the sound quality. And he knows that I'm a complete ditz, so he's never really angry with me. It's like this guy is a ditz, so he's off the hook. So the problem then goes to Rishi, Sparsh, and the producer of the show. between the three of them. So I think it will very well happen. I'm counting the days.
No, but I think he's kind of softened up because I remember not being able to get a coffee cup into the studio before.
No, but
I asked
he
him.
can't tell you. He can't tell you. The dynamic is different because you're the guest. So, but his leg is shaking heavily while he said, "Yeah, Saurabh, why don't you?" It's okay. Then he takes out Rishi later. Rishi gets beaten really badly because it's got to come out somewhere. But I'm telling you, I know his pet peeves, and one of the pet peeves is this sound thing. Because he's told them 200 times. Let's just be honest. Yeah, it's not his fault. He's told them 200 times. And why does the mic? Why did my computer f up in the office on Friday? Spudgy.
Are you gonna fire?
Badal changed nothing. He doesn't know what to do.
Of course, that's the thing. He reset the entire thing.
It's not fixed.
It's
This is
fixed.
private.
I'm calling
conversation.
Amit now. I'll fix you.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why Cyrus will never be unspoken.
That in a small thing called talent. Come on. I mean, let's be open. Yeah.
Okay, last
next
two
one.
questions. This one is from Sharda, who's gonna bring us samosas, hopefully.
Okay,
Uh,
you made your point. Your entire episode has been
She's
just you talking
asking,
about the samosas.
Cyrus, till what time are you gonna be
I
around?
have one question.
Yes, please.
The Gujju samosas or Punjabi samosas?
I'm
Wow.
assuming Punjabi.
Divide the community.
Because she said
Wow.
A1 samosa. so
Ah,
I'm
Punjabi.
Punjabi.
A1.
She's asking till what time you're going to be
You're
around.
not going to
on the
ask him
13th.
why he's disparaging remarks
No,
towards
I also think
Gujarati samosas?
Punjabi samosas are superior.
Wow. We have no Gujarati in
There's
the
more.
studio.
There's
Amit
more.
owns it. He's Gujarati.
Also, I'll need a new home. My wife's a Gujarati, so
You better
guys
not call
can
her.
let me in.
Better not call her samosa. Whatever you do. Talking about the food. Yeah. All right. Just
You
kidding.
want to answer that, Cyrus?
What?
What time you're going to be around till on?
I want to
13th?
go as soon as possible. Can we start earlier? Because the match ends by about 4, the final, and then we have all free. They have 1 hour to get there. So I'm saying we start at 5.
It's okay. We'll make him stick around, Sharda. Don't worry.
No, I'm going to get early in the morning. I've got work to do and then come here for the
Early
podcast.
morning. Who's asking you to come? Come in the evening. No.
You idiot. The next day is Monday. Let me explain dates.
Oh yeah, that's
Sunday and then there's a day called Monday. Oh, a moron.
true. Anyway, next one comes from Meghnad.
Guys, my
Uh,
wife's in.
Meghnad!
Yes, Meghnad.
Camera on Sparsh.
Cyrus, how do you feel about these upstart comedians using your hard-earned popularity to sell tickets for the 13th show?
I didn't know that your cousin was the Jugaad specialist of India. I thought this was a promo for our show. That's what he told me. Then I found out later that he's producing it and making money and doing his own thing on the side. When I asked Amit, are you going to attend? He said, no. I said, why? You don't want to support the show? He says, it's got nothing to do with the show. So it wasn't clear. You all basically fooled all of us. So yes, Shreyas, your first cousin, Meghnad, is responsible for all this. And action should be taken. And the best action is to keep him on our show. Yeah.
True.
Podcast में
Best
भी
punishment.
nepotism होता है.
Oh,
हाँ,
ये
हाँ,
तो
please
India है
too
भाई.
much.
It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. I believe you have a nephew who needs a job.
My wife's in the chat. I'm not saying anything.
Oh, that's why Saurabh is suddenly tightened
Yeah,
up.
it's just-
So compliment your wife. Say something nice, no?
She's amazing.
That she won't buy. Start low, I think.
Yeah, she's
say-
identified
Say she's
herself.
not bad. Yeah.
Okay,
Tejal.
we'll do one last question.
That's me.
Yeah.
She's very pretty, Saurabh. I don't think she can do better. I'm
Why
sure.
do you? Yeah, she can. Don't
Yeah.
tell her.
So be careful, brother. Don't try and act all obnoxious here, you know. A good-looking wife is a dangerous thing, bro. Dangerous thing. You got predators everywhere. Don't judge by the lack of hair. This guy is a female magnet.
Also,
Russian
not,
people.
people used to see me and they'll be like, he must have been related to Amit, the nepotism right there. I'm like, no, I'm not.
Which Amit?
Doshi.
I think that's
okay.
racism about headlines.
Okay, one last question comes from Shivam Upmanyu. Cyrus, as a history buff and a Parsi, what is your take on Zoroastrianism and Hinduism having same origins?
They'll find a way to fight anyway. So, if we try and look at this, they'll find some reason why you said something that degrades my language and my religion and my culture and Sanskriti and Parampara and all that. I think we should ban religion for 5 years. Let's try it without religion for 5 years. Having said that, I have my own problems. My daughter told me yesterday, it broke my heart, that her favorite singer is a guy called Kid Cudi, Cudy.
Mhm.
I heard the song. I can't tell you. I mean, I don't want to make fun of the spoken word in the lineup there, but this was like them singing. It was terrible, bro. It was
Like
just
who singing?
Kid Cudi. You got to hear this guy.
How did you go from religion to Kid Cudi?
Because I'm feeling pain, and this is a painful question.
Okay.
The show is all about pain. We should get Johnson and Johnson, maybe with an extra Johnson. It's for us.
Vineet K saying Amit is so secular he decided to name his son Abbas. I was gonna say, are you coming for Lollapalooza?
Yeah. What time? What time?
Again, two full days.
2 full days.
Yeah, in Jan.
Till what? Like,
But
can you
tickets
come in
for
the
that are
morning?
like 10,000.
No.
Then you begin with
10,000
that.
sold out, guys.
Oh, that's
It's not
also
like
sold out?
spoken well.
So then what is left?
64,000 bucks.
Ask me the question again. Because I have never bought.
Cyrus, will you go for Lollapalooza?
Okay, now I'm going to vomit. Huh? Be ready. God, 64,000 bucks. I mean, I can buy a family in that in certain parts of the world. We literally go, I'll have that, and one doggy. And that's it. And you walk out.
Yeah.
64 grand. And they love you.
Or you can go for Spoken Fest, which is happening on the 19th and 20th of
So
November.
Bring it down.
nicely
899 is too much, bro. Roshan, are you
This
listening?
guy's too good.
Okay, Roshan, of course, more Parsi. I should say Roshan. He's a Punjabi guy.
Hey,
Roshan.
Roshan.
Hey, Roshan. Or let's make him Gujarati. Compromise. Roshan. Uso ke hoch? Roshan. 899 is too much. Okay, bring it down. Bring it down to 600. Compromise.
Don't look at me.
But Abbas, how do you spend so much money? It's not like you're earning like
Because
crores.
I know it's. I mean, I feel if it's going to be worth it, then I'll spend.
So you give up a meal?
No,
Then how do you pay for it?
It's one cab fare.
I
No,
save.
He buys 5 Marvel or Avenger t-shirts every week. Okay, state of the art shirts. Superheroes that haven't been launched yet.
So if
He's got them.
in the month of Spoken Fest, I'll buy 3 instead of 5. No?
He has a rock on his lower body, which means he's got the rock on his.
Okay, I think it's time to wrap up the show.
I mean, this guy is special.
You made 2 nether region puns in the last 5 minutes, so I think it's time to wrap up the show.
That is your criticism.
that's
of a
my
horrible
criteria.
performance from start to finish. This is what you come up with.
Saurabh, anything you want to plug? I mean, I'm apart from Spoken Fest, where can one follow you?
Instagram,
Okay, what's your
community.
Hey, bro,
and-
the young people just say gram. You don't say Instagram. It ages you. Immediately they know you're old.
Just Google it, yeah.
Gram, man.
But insider.com is where the tickets are available.
Right.
Insider.in.
How many
sorry.
tickets are available?
A few still left.
Okay, like,
That's why I'm here selling them.
okay, fair enough. And you think by talking on the show, it's going to really sell like hotcakes?
No, but I had to show
How sweetly he said no. Okay.
So yes, follow me also on Instagram at
Oh,
AbbasMomin88.
How can you do that?
Why not?
You really are his son. You can do whatever you want. Nobody else does that. Even Shreyas doesn't do that. Shreyas has cheated all of us. All this
Okay, I'll take the heat off you. I'm conversation on Instagram, on the gram.
On
How
the
about that? Yeah.
But it's spelled KN.
Yeah,
KNW.
conversation with the
Yeah.
Kanwar.
But they won't get it, some of them. And then they'll just keep searching for you forever.
But we spelled it out. Now what will they not get?
Okay. Spell it out.
KANWARSATION.
Perfect.
What a fan.
Also, Cyrus, these are your fans. They're erudite, elite. They know
Must
shit.
ask you
They get
questions about
puns.
I have no fans,
Zoroastrianism
but I
and
have relatives.
Hinduism.
They're still here an hour later. So, I mean,
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
Would
all
you like to
want-
take the question on Hinduism and Zoroastrianism having parallel lives? Please take it. Enjoy. Get out of that one. Get out of that one. Even if you know or don't know. Yeah.
I was going to ask you after the show.
Yeah,
I have no
yeah,
clue on
yeah,
that.
yeah. I thought we decided 5 years no religion. Let's give the country a try. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I mean John Lennon sang it.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah, and that's under 1980s, 1979 or something. So that's how many years have
80.
passed? 80 he died. So imagine
Oh,
releasing before that.
sorry.
Yeah. December 8th, 1980.
You knew the date was significant, but
Yeah, but for what I didn't know.
Wow.
Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. We'll
Ooh.
see you all tomorrow. The fans.
Name them. This is 3 4.
Veerdas, Sumukhi Suresh, S.R.
Sid
Channa.
Sriram, S.R. Chana.
SS Chana. Oh, it's SR Chana.
S.R. like
Baba
feeling.
S.R.'s feeling.
SR.
No, SR. I thought you spelled it like a word.
You thought she was like
No,
a ship
no,
or the
yeah,
SS Chana.
Rishi, anytime you
I
can
don't
you
know.
can put
I
the
felt it was rude.
you can
It
press
was-
the exit button at
Yeah.
any time.
Sure, she's lovely. Yeah. And I've got great news for everybody. Yes, it is the end of the show. People are clapping and cheering because now it's over. The pain, the angst, the suffering, the strife. But remember, it's very simple. Like and subscribe. Everybody says the same thing. We have to repeat it as well because there's a whole... we have to follow this process. It's not in my hands, honestly. I don't want to do this sometimes, but we have to follow it. So please like and subscribe. And yeah, you can leave your comments. And please spell correctly because it's very irritating when you spell color with a K, for God's sake. Or Coca-Cola with a P. I mean, oh, that's Pepsi. Sorry.